Hi everyone, welcome to my class. I am doing essential oils for athletes tonight. So sorry that this is not a live video, but don't worry, I will be watching the comments really closely and hopefully can interact with you at any point. If you have anything you want to message me directly, that's also totally great. But yeah, just wanted to let you know, sorry it's not live, just wasn't going to work for me as far as timing. So let me introduce myself. My name is Cindy. I am a triathlete. So a little bit about that is that I have never considered myself to be a very athletic person up until recently. I would say that I have. As a kid, I figure skated probably till I was like 13 or 14. And then in high school, I rodeoed. I did enjoy that as well, but never did a lot of other sports. I didn't play ball. Didn't do a lot of stuff that everyone else did. Like I said, didn't consider myself an athlete. I was fairly overweight, and then last year had weight loss surgery. But I have been doing triathlons now for 5 years. So with the weight, didn't stop me. I could do it all. When I started, I wasn't able to even run 200 meters. I couldn't swim at all. And I decided I had made a goal to do an Olympic distance triathlon before I turned 40. I'm still working on the goal. I am only 38, so I have some time, but I'm planning on getting that done. So it all kind of started when I joined a women's cycling group called Spoken Hot. I went to the tech night where they teach you like to change your flat tire. They teach you kind of the parts of your bike, that kind of stuff. I was actually so intimidated that I was fighting back tears while I was there. I didn't go back. I didn't sign up to ride. I didn't do it. So I waited till like mid-season before I went back. One of my coworkers was doing it. So she convinced me that there was a place for me, that I should do this. So my first night out there was hill night. Like brutal. I couldn't make it up the hill on my bike. I got off and I walked. I was super embarrassed. I'm sure I probably came home and cried, but I was really embarrassed. It was really tough. I came back on the second week, the next night. It's weekly, so that night I came home crying. I don't even remember exactly what happened. I just remember coming home crying and just like, I was just so out of my comfort zone. I felt really stupid because I was with this group of women that looked like these amazing athletes, and I say look like because they just intimidated me so much. Not that they weren't amazing athletes, but there was bound to be people in that group feeling exactly as I was, and I now know that there was. So I just felt so intimidated by all these athletic women. So the group is all women except like a few men, like a handful of men who help to organize and lead the group. So that's like, the group is pretty big, about 120 women every year. They're all different skill levels, all different experiences. I didn't belong, or I felt I didn't belong, but I must have known in my head that I did because I just kept showing up and kept going back. So I did belong. I just didn't realize it. So I had good nights and bad nights that first season, but I just kept showing up. I did it. I ended the season by completing a 56K bike ride for charity. I was like, didn't think I could ever do something like that. And I did, which was awesome. So that winter I rode indoors with Regina Multisport Club. And so what we do is we have these trainers and you set your own bike up and you all ride together. It was the hardest workouts I'd ever done. One night I actually even fell off my bike and I damaged my bike, damaged my pride. It was so humiliating. I'm in a group where we were actually in a gym that year, in this gym, like a school gym, and beside me is like seasoned Ironmans, like awesome athletes. And I just fell off my bike. So humiliating. But I cried on the way home, and then I posted it on Facebook because I had to laugh at it. And I knew if it was posted up there, I would laugh at it because it was so silly. It still makes me cry because it was so embarrassing. I now joke that no one should set up beside me because I'm a hazard. I still joke about that. I did the next year, everything. Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, like, anyway, it was really embarrassing. But I'm laughing about it. It's like, it's funny embarrassing. I went to the local bike shop with my damaged bike, and I was like, can you fix this? And they said, for sure. And I was like, what can you do about my pride? They laughed and was like, can't help you there. Anyway, so I started the second season of Spoken Hot with a lot more confidence, much better fitness. I noticed a lot of people in the group were doing triathlons, and I was kind of intrigued by that. So I started doing my research and, sorry, I was just, something came up here on here. So I started doing my research like about triathlons and, sorry, I'm just kind of remembering that, that moment. It was crazy. Anyway, I started doing my research about triathlons and decided that it was something I was interested in. I knew I wasn't a runner, and I knew that I would want, I would never be able to do something that like epic, like run a marathon. But I thought, hey, maybe I could do a triathlon. Maybe that could be my epic moment. So I started kind of checking it out and decided I wanted to do an Olympic distance triathlon before I turned 40. I was 33 at the time, so I gave myself lots of time for my big goal. Like I said, I couldn't swim, I couldn't run, I liked to ride my bike, and I wasn't even very good at it. So I started by signing up for Learn to Swim adult swimming lessons at the local swimming pool. I found someone to teach me to run. This mentor now has become a good friend. He helped me with some of the endurance training tips I'm going to give you for later on. But yeah, I learned how to run properly. I learned how to train properly, and I started with strength training. So during that last season of cycling, the one night I showed up, and it was just a regular ride, and the organizer came up to me before we started and said, oh, by the way, you're leading your group tonight. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, there's no way. Do you have me mistaken for someone else? Because I'm not. No. He said he didn't ask me in advance about this because he knew I would say no. And just basically kind of told me I had no choice. Hi, Dexter. He's trying to be part of my video. Okay, thank you. Go lay down now. Okay, thank you. So at the end of the night, when I took my group out and rode with them, and was really nervous, like was shaking the whole time, because like we're out on the highway and you're basically responsible to keep these women alive. That's how I was looking at it. And when we got back, everybody was alive. Everything was good. He said, I want you to be a leader next year. And I was like, no, really, like, do you have me mistaken for someone else? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is like, I have been riding for like a year and a half now. Anyway, I did take the position of a leader, and I've been a leader in the women's group, Spoken Hot, now ever since. So really great, encouraging group, and I suggest it to any women out there, especially in the Regina area. It's a wonderful support system. So then I started, I think I started training with my swimming and running over the winter, and that next spring I did a tri-distance triathlon. So tri was a 300, it's typically, it can change depending on the race, a 300 meter swim, a 10K bike, and a 2.5K run. I did that one twice before working my way up to a sprint distance. So a sprint distance is a 750 meter swim, a 20K bike, and a 5K run. So most of these races that I did were open water. So not in a pool. There was only one that was in a pool. So I completed my first sprint after a full year of training. It took me 2 hours and 5 minutes to complete. And since then, I've done 3 more sprints and 2 more tries. I've done a few 5K runs. I did the Queen City Marathon Relay. And this August, I plan to complete my Olympic distance. So an Olympic distance is a 1,500 meter open water swim, a 40K bike, and a 10K run. So that's the goal. So in this group page, I've talked about the Iron Cowboy. So his name is James Lawrence. I don't actually know tons about him, just a little bit. He is a Canadian who now lives in Utah. He lives with his wife and kids. He made a goal of completing 50 Ironman distance triathlons in 50 states in 50 days. That's crazy. So distance of an Ironman. It is a 3.9 kilometer swim, a 180 kilometer bike, and a full marathon after that, a 42.2K run. So that's huge. He did that for 50 days in a row while traveling in between with his wife and kids in tow. Like, it's crazy. But he was sponsored by Young Living when he took on this challenge, which I think is like super awesome. I actually just watched an interview. I posted it in the group here where a fan ran into him at the Young Living convention, which I secretly hope happens to me. He said he'd been using Young Living since the company started. He was raised on it. He wants his kids raised on it. He actually went to them and asked for sponsorship. So that's really cool. I actually just this week sent him a message on Instagram. So I have no idea if I was actually talking to him, but I think I was, so whatever. I just wanted to know if I could buy Young Living like cycling gear or triathlon gear sort of thing. And he said you have to be sponsored by them to get that kind of stuff. So Young Living, if you want to sponsor me, I'm up for it. I can do it for you. I'll wear your logo. Anyway, I have not read his book yet, which it's on my wish list in my Amazon there. But, and I haven't seen the full documentary 50-50-50, because I can't find it on YouTube. I thought I would be able to buy it off of there, but I can't. Anyway, I've seen lots of interviews about him. I watched some of the clips about the documentary. From the documentary, I am just super inspired by him. He said the reason he decided to do this challenge was because he had not reached his physical and mental limit and found that would be the way to do it for him. So I encourage you to research this guy, James Lawrence. He is so inspiring. He's raising kids who are inspiring. Like I said, he just wants to push. He wants me to push myself to the limit. And when I talk about his kids, his daughter decided when he was doing his 50-50-50 challenge that in every state she would do a 5K for 50 days in a row. So that's pretty awesome to like be a kid and make that commitment. Some of the like talk that they had that they showed on some of the clips of the documentary was just super heartwarming and inspiring and amazing. So now that you know his story, check him out. But he was using the oils the whole time, and I'm using them now as an athlete, and you know a little bit about my story, or you know my story. So let's talk about Young Living. So the premium starter kit, that is this one here. I'm talking about the Canadian version of it. It's $199.75 Canadian. So it's an awesome value. You get all the oils in that box. There's 11 oils, and you get a diffuser with it as well. So my goal is not to sell you individual oils, but instead to sign you up as a Young Living member. So then you have all these products at your disposal. You can find all the different ways to use them. You basically are going to aid in your own wellness. And I think that is huge for me. So how to use the oils. Oils are, they're all very pure, so you have to be kind of careful with them. You can inhale them, or you can inhale them like directly from the bottle. I'm just going to grab one so like this. You can diffuse them, or there's different types of jewelry that you can wear that hold the smell of the oils. But yeah, that's one way to use them. You can apply them topically, which means you can apply them neat, which means just applying directly from the bottle onto your skin. Or you can use a carrier oil. So Young Living has a carrier oil called V6. It is basically any type of oil, like a coconut oil or grapeseed oil. You can add any of the oils to that. That's a carrier oil. I recommend, if you're not sure how your skin will react, to use a carrier oil, and definitely on kids, use a carrier oil. Also, if you are having a reaction, add more carrier oil on top of that. And then you can add it to your bath, or you can use it during massages. So and then the other way you can use them is you can ingest them, but you can only ingest oils that are in the Plus line. So they have a bit of a different label. Instead of the colored label, they have a white label. And so that's how you know that they're safe for ingestion. You can use them in your water, for cooking, for baking, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's dive into the oils and how to use them as an athlete. First one up is peppermint oil. So for me, this is my oil that's a pick-me-up. It helps with stamina. It's good to support digestion. It can help with your alertness. Can be used for symptoms of athlete's foot. It's really good for concentration. It's cooling. You can put it on sore muscles or joints. It's good for relief of cramping, any type of diarrhea, headache relief, muscle fatigue. It helps to increase circulation, which we know aids in healing. And as far as nutrition, they do have the peppermint in the Plus line. So you can add it to your oil or to other foods to help keep your cravings down to a minimum and keep your nutrition on point. So peppermint. And I'm going to have a smell of all the oils because I like doing that. Yummy. So good. So lavender is next up. There we go. So lavender is a very calming and relaxing oil. So what does that mean for an athlete? We don't often think about athletes as a person that relaxes, but it is super important. Rest is as important as the training for an athlete. Rest is really key. Your lavender can help you with rest. It can calm you. It's good for sleep. It's good to help with fatigue, and it's very healing. So you can also use it before a race to calm you down. It's good for muscle and joint pain and fatigue. Depending on who you are, can keep you alert or calm you. So I don't find that it necessarily calms me, but it could help me stay alert. It just depends on your body and depends how it works for you. It's also good for your skin, for bug bites, dry chapped skin, wounds and blisters, good for that stuff. You can help it with cramping, good for water retention or to help with water retention. And in whole, it balances all of your body systems. So if you're not sure what oil to use, pull out your lavender. It's really good for so many things. Lemon. So, lemon cleanses the body and it aids in digestion. It can help to calm a sensitive stomach. It helps to support the respiratory system. It stimulates the nervous system. It can elevate your mood. That's what I find it does. It just makes me happy, makes me alert. It aids in any type of treatment of athlete's foot. It is good for treating a common cold. It helps to relax you and reduce stress, which is always needed. You can use it to purify the air. You can also, in the plus line, add it into your water. It's going to help with, it's just going to taste great and help with your body, with your digestion and things like that. Also, someone had told me one time a great mix for your water bottle on your bike is to add a drop of lemon oil and then maybe a tablespoon of Himalayan salt. And that actually is just going to help with your hydration, because that salt's going to give you that bit when you need it, when you're running dry. So try that out. But beware, lemon oil and citrus oils, you have to be careful in direct sunlight when you apply them on your skin, because you can actually cause a bit of a burn. So be careful with that. Next up, Copaiba. So this one is great for pain management. It blocks the sensation of pain. It helps also with anxiety. It can support joint and muscle function. It's good for stiff and sore muscles. It is also good for respiratory support and headaches. So it has what's called BCP, beta-caryophyllene, which I don't know if I say that right, which is found in CBD oil. Copaiba has 55% BCP in it, whereas CBD oil has a much lower percentage in it. So that's why it's so great for pain. It also is a really good enhancing oil. So you can put it on top, layer it on top of other oils, and it's going to enhance the effect of them. So great oil to have. We use it a lot in my house. I really like it. Frankincense. So this oil is great for mental clarity and to fight mental fatigue. I know that that's something that doesn't seem like it would be important as an athlete, but when the week leading up to a race, when you need to visualize yourself doing something, maybe you're meditating, this is going to be the oil you want to pull out to help with that. It is really great for sleep. Like I said, good for meditation. It's also really good for your skin. So things like bug bites, chafing, perfect for that sort of thing. It does support your immune system, and it's really helpful in reducing inflammation. So frankincense, it's a really great oil. It has a lot of different functions to it. Northern Lights Black Spruce. Yeah, this is our Canadian oil. Actually, last night, for the first time ever, I diffused these two together. It was the best smelling heaven ever. And these two are not ones that I'm they smell so delicious. But together, it was seriously, they made sweet love. It was beautiful. Anyway, Northern Lights Black Spruce is great for mental health. It helps with mental clarity. It's good for sleep. It's very similar to frankincense in those, like, good for meditation, things like that. It is a great oil for relaxation, and it does smell nice. If you're applying it topically, it's going to help with circulation, which of course we know aids in healing. It's a good, like, would be a nice post-workout massage oil. It supports joint and muscle function, and it can help in reducing scarring. Again, it's one that can help with respiratory blockages. So if you're putting it right on your chest, you're going to help with that. And when I say respiratory blockages, I think of things like, not that I am fighting a lung problem, but it would be more of like mentally I'm blocked and I'm having maybe a panic attack during my race. This is the oil I want to pull out, and just to like help me get a big deep breath and not feel panicked. Yeah, so beautiful. Mix it with frankincense. It's a really nice, relaxing, put you to sleep kind of blend. Digest. So as you notice, this one has a black lid. It's because I have my roller ball on there, because I apply this one daily. But it's really good. Like, I just put it right on my stomach. That's why I have the roller ball on there. So Digest is for digestive support, which as an athlete, typically because we're pretty active, shouldn't be an issue. I use it mostly because I had weight loss surgery, and if I eat too fast, or even if I drink too fast, I get a stomach ache, and this helps with that. But race day, man, I got nerves and they're in my stomach, and this is what I need. So it helps to calm my upset stomach, helps to calm me. It is good for stomach cramps or anything like that. You can apply it topically, which is why I have the roller ball on there. But I have actually read if you apply it topically going clockwise on your abdomen, it helps to promote healthy movement. And then if you apply it counterclockwise, it'll slow down the movement. So, yeah, awesome. Okay, next up is purification. So this is going to be the odor killer. So put it in your gym bag, add it to your stinky clothes, your shoes. This is the one. This helps with that. I've also recently heard people using it as deodorant. It does work. I've tried it. It's great. It's really a great insect repellent. So if you live in the prairies, you need an insect repellent when you're out on your bike, because if you stop, if you have a flat tire, you're going to get eaten alive. So keep this one with you in your back, your cycling jersey pocket. Yeah. It can be also, I read a little, like, you can use it as a, it's good for first aid, like little cuts and scrapes, things like that. But if you make a little spray with it with some water, you can apply it to your seat to keep you fresh after a full day in the saddle. So that's a little cycling tip there. I think you could probably apply it right to your chamois too. Like, it'd be nice on your tush there. Anyway, sorry for those non-cyclists that are like, what are you talking about? But your bum gets sore sometimes, especially if you've had like a super long ride. But typically we're used to it. Anyway, next up, Thieves. So I always think Thieves is probably the most popular Young Living oil, the blend that everybody knows about. So it's, of course, I love the smell of Thieves. It's great for immune system support, good for coughs and colds, skin irritations, minor cuts and scrapes, things like that. It can help support a healthy respiratory system and overall wellness. So there's an entire Thieves line, which includes like household cleaner, laundry soap. Like, we get stinky clothes. The laundry soap is wonderful for that. The cleaner, you can put in a spray. You want to dilute it, put it all in the spray bottle. Like, great for cleaning your bike, cleaning stains off your running shoes. Yeah. Anyway, Thieves, wonderful one. Next up is RC. So RC is going to be your blend for respiratory support. So good for coughs and colds, sore throats. You can apply it to the chest to open up the airways. Works really well for that. And I don't know about you guys, but when I am training hard, I have to be careful, because if I am run down, I can get sick. So these are the types of things I use so that if I feel something coming on, this is what I put on. It helps to keep me healthy. Next up for oils, Panaway. So I actually bought a starter kit about 4 years ago or so. And this little baby, this oil, was my very favorite one in there. I loved it. I still love it. It's just moved down the list of favorites. It gets knocked down a little bit, but it's easy to remember. Panaway equals pain away. So it supports muscle and joint function. It aids in circulation, which is helpful in healing. It definitely reduces aches and pains in the body. I used it so much when I first started because I would get terrible shin splints. My body hurt from just learning to exercise, and especially strength training. Like anytime you start strength training, just the pain. So this is the oil that I used all the time. I find the scent very soothing. I smell a lot of wintergreen in it. So I love the scent. I find I even diffuse it because when I'm physically tired, my body hurts. It relaxes me so much just to smell it. And it's nice to add into your bath. Like, it's very soothing. It's very nice. So next one up here, my son tried to steal this a few minutes ago. Ninja Red. This little packages. There's 2 of them in your starter kit. Perfect packages to add into your your bike bags or your cycling, like your back pockets in your jersey. These are awesome. So it's not necessarily an energy drink. It helps with your overall energy, and it's an antioxidant drink, a full body antioxidant drink. It tastes delicious. It's nice and sweet and yummy. It's just like a juice. It helps to support your immune system. If you get tired and run down, this is what you wanted to be drinking to keep you up there. I mix it in with my water, actually, But you want to drink 1 to 2 ounces of it per day. This is 60 ml, so it's about 2 ounces in here. You can drink it more than once. You can drink more than that, less than that, split it up, whatever you want to do. If you think that you're kind of feeling run down, don't be scared to drink a little bit more. It also comes in these big bottles too. So my family, we keep these ones as well. But these are so handy to just throw in your gym bag, put them in the little package, put them in the back pocket. But Ninja, which is I don't know if I mentioned this, it's made from wolfberries, which come from China. But yeah, whole wolfberry puree is what makes these. But they also have a couple other Ninja products, which I actually don't have here to show you. There is a product called Ninja Zing, which is an energy drink, and I started drinking that before my races this season. So awesome, really great drink. It's tasty. Sometimes I've heard of people mixing their Ninja Red with their Ninja Zing for an afternoon kind of pick-me-up. And I could totally use one of those on days when I've had a really hard training morning, and that by the afternoon, I just feel exhausted. That's a great pick-me-up. But yeah, I don't have any of the Ninja Zing right now. We usually only have it at our house in the summer because my husband likes energy drinks and finds in the summer when he really needs that boost of energy. And then another one is Ninja Nitro. So this one's only available in the US market, but once you're a Young Living member, you can actually order from the US market. I haven't tried this one yet, but it's actually on my list to order this coming up month. So it's your energy booster. It's the one that you want to keep on your bike to fuel during your race. It's like a little tube that you're just going to shoot into your mouth. So I will let you know what I think of those, but I have heard tons of people love them, especially athletes. That's what it's for. So I also made a list of other oils and products that are kind of notable as an athlete to check out. So one is called NRG. Relieve It, clove, orange, helichrysum, eucalyptus, and valor are all oils that you want to check out. And then there's the multigreen supplements and the Ortho Ease massage oil. So yeah, those are some other oils that are really helpful to athletes. So I also promised you some tips for endurance athletes. So I've got 5 tips here. Number 1 is strength training is more important than you think. Don't think that you just need to do your one sport, your swim, bike, or run, or just those 3. Strength training is what's going to help you move to that next level. Nutrition. It can play a big role in your performance. So find and hire an educated sports nutritionist. I can really speak to this as when I was going through the bariatric program, I was training for my races and I was within the calorie budget that they allotted, and I was still gaining weight. And the one dietitian figured it out that I was not eating enough to fuel my body. So then I was gaining. But if you don't get the proper fuel, you just can't function the way you need to. So nutrition just plays a huge role in it, and do find somebody that specializes in it. Number 3, so recovery. Taking days off is okay. Your body will thank you. And days off from everything, not just endurance, but strength training too. I've heard some people say they do strength training, so that's their recovery day. And I'm like, no. Your recovery days are as important as your training days. So that's why you use those oils to calm you, just to let you rest. They're just so important. Number 4, add some variety to your activities. If you're a runner, go for a swim once in a while. Things like that. Just variety. It keeps your body on its toes. Number 5, hire an educated certified coach to help plan your training. Don't just go to the internet and use the plans that you find online for whatever. Don't wait till you're a good enough athlete to hire a coach. Start with a coach. You will get to your goal faster and with much less injury. I truly believe this. I don't believe in just getting some willy-nilly plan that's for somebody else and copying it. I think you need help. I think you need somebody to show you what to do, and they can listen to you when you're listening to your body. I know I've looked at some of those plans, like how to be ready for your first sprint triathlon in 6 weeks. Well, number 1, I wouldn't have been able to do workout week 1. I would have. So you need somebody who can help you with that. And find somebody who's actually certified and educated for that. That's super important. So yeah, there's your 5 tips for endurance athletes. As far as Young Living, what I think is pairing yourself with products like Young Living is really just gonna have your body function at the highest possible potential. You're just gonna be, your levels are just rising up. My own personal tip is drink your water. You always perform better when you're hydrated. And I'm talking about in every aspect in life. You're mentally there, you're with your work, your exercise, everything. You're much better when you're hydrated. I know I struggle with hydration now because I cannot gulp water, so I have to be careful. And so I definitely struggle with hydration. So if I know I have a race coming up, I am super, super aware. I'm aware every day, but I am really pushing myself to get as much in as possible, because race day, I'm so nervous that I struggle to get anything in. And then I also, rest is so important for me. I know leading up to a race, I try to sleep as much as possible because I don't sleep well the night before, things like that. I've also had a kid crying the whole night, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I try to get as much rest as I possibly can leading up to races. So this is the premium starter kit that I just went over today. It has those 11 oils. You get a diffuser. You get 2 packages of the Ninja. You get some little bottles to share with. It's wonderful. It's about $200. All the Young Living products are available to anyone who is a Young Living member. So you don't order through me. You actually make your own account and you can order whenever you like. They have a reward system. So if you want to like really take advantage of how awesome this product is, you can get a monthly wellness box, which is awesome. You figure out what you want in it and you make your order. So like things that I order monthly, Ningxia Red. I do replacement oils. We use all the cleaning products and all those types of things. That's all things that I am using in my home now because I want to change my life. I don't want my body fighting with toxins that are in products that I don't need to use. So it's not, like I said, Young Living is not just about oils. It has like, there's like protein powder, there's supplements, there's personal care products. It's all there. So message me and I can help you out. I can get you started. If you have questions about any of the products, just shoot them in the comments here, send me a private message, whatever you want to do. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation on oils for athletes. Again, I apologize that it was not a live presentation, but I still hope that you have enjoyed it and got something out of it. So thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye.